Hi guys, how are you? I'm live and in person. Let's see. Hey Dion, good vibes. It's all right, Jen. You could always rewatch the live or the playback. Thanks for showing up though. See how is everybody doing this lovely Saturday? And also, if anybody is watching and wants to join in on the discussion, I can either send you the link, or if you are in the Discord, we're all in. The Discord is there. Hey Helen, how are you? How is your Saturday going? Do that, but as soon as I finish the playback. I appreciate it, Jen. Thanks. Also didn't read the book, but I'll be here. Dion's always here for the vibe. Yep. Heart to you, Jen. Thank you though. Right. Yeah, I think so. It's all right. I let's get straight into it basically then. I ended up rating the book 4 stars. I enjoyed it. It gave a very like anime vibe to it. And then I was reading the like author, not the author's note, but I was reading the like her description that they always have the author in the back, and she's a fan of anime, and I could tell just from the writing style of the book. But what were your guys's like? What's your star rating for the book? Well, oh, wait. And then if you couldn't tell, I changed the color and I have it all to like kind of match the cover because I like aesthetic. Let's see. Oh, you read that book as an arc a while ago. Curious to see what your thoughts. Yeah, okay. But like I said, 4 stars for me. Really enjoyed the action, even though some of the character choices at the end were irritating, and I'll get into that in a little bit. Also gave it 4 stars. Okay, that's good. What was I gonna say about it that I liked? I wait for comments to come in. But what was it? I had a point and I lost my train of thought. We'll get into the characters first. So I really liked Iris as a main character. Let's see, you gave it 3 to 3.5. Okay. Like I like that she was kind of naive in the world because of her memory loss, but she wasn't completely like, I don't know, when you get a character that's introduced into a new world or has lost their memory or something like that, she wasn't like an idiot kind of. She still was able to do stuff and like very quick into it. So I appreciated that about it. I felt like if she had the complete naivete, she like that other stories like this would have given, it would have slowed the book down. And this was a pretty big book. But the romance didn't really work for you? Okay. I get it because I felt like she had so many love interests that it didn't put time into working on any of them really well. I do think though that Jin is my favorite of the love interests that we got. I liked what's his name? I didn't like our main, the like rich guy. I forgot his name, but the other teammate until the end, until what he did at the end, which I didn't care for. But I liked him. But I do think Jen is my favorite love interest. And I thought the magic and the power set was really cool. That is also gave me very anime vibe because the powers were very specific. Like in some like more than like superhero stuff, like we'll just get common like super strength and stuff, but like with what's his name that could time or slow down time, but he had to like hold his breath, was a very specific power, and that very gave me like My Hero Academia moment. Yeah, so she had time to learn, grow, and make relationships, and that like her she kind of knew she wasn't new to her power, which was very like it helped kind of, I felt like, speed the story up. But let's see. I enjoyed the characters as well. My issue were mainly plot wise. I'm very picky when it comes to coherence in the plot, and I thought of a lot of incoherences, like making a Hinge thing out of the competition. Huge thing out of the competition. I agree to that to an extent. Like, it wasn't as big of a deal for me, but I do feel like there were points where the plot, like, it felt like two different stories at times, but it wasn't a huge deal for me because it kind of knitted back together in my extent. But I could agree to that. But in the end, no one cares who won because it's irrelevant. What was the point then? Um, who won? Yeah, it meandered a bit. Yeah, I agree. Thanks, Pat. I appreciate the support. Um, but when I actually thought that the contest was another way to show what I thought, like, subtext wise, how you could say that the what are they called? The club, the secret organization, was very much showing how privileged and powered individuals use poor people, people of color, as tools. I think that it was a really good example of that. Well, not a great example, but a metaphor. I mean, it's not even a metaphor because that's what it was. But I think it showed how, like, legit they were there for their entertainment. Dion's saying hi to Aunt Helen. But so I like that about the tournament, that it kind of showed that, and that yeah, it was pointless because this is just for entertainment for the rich people, and they at the end were like, fuck them, legit, literally. Yeah, exactly. And I thought that was interesting too, that most of the people who ended up getting powers were either like lower class people or people of color. So I thought that was interesting. And then hey to Dion. What else did I want to point out? So, like, okay, favorite characters. If anybody had any favorite characters they want to shout out, I liked Iris. I liked the other girl, Ren, I think her name was, the one who had the, like, I thought her power was really cool to, like, pull a sword out of herself was really cool, and how she was helpful at the end. I liked the other gang of characters we got, like the other team that helped them out until the end. At the end, they all started to piss me the fuck off. But yeah. Oh yeah, what was his name? Shit. I know his name was something. I read this a couple weeks ago, so that's why my mind on characters' names are blanking. But he was an interesting character. Like, he was fun. I like the card girl. Yeah, that ending felt rushed. Okay, this is my complaint, because I even called my brother to talk about this complaint. So this is spoilers for anybody. So, sorry, let me read this. Felt like every part of this wasn't well woven together to me, because each part of the book itself was fun. The secret society by itself was interesting, and the circus stuff itself was fun. Yeah, I agree. I think that's why I enjoyed it, and I usually do give ratings based on enjoyment level. But shoot, I lost my train of thought again. Oh yeah, my problem with the ending. So it was a character choice thing. So spoilers for the ending until my hand goes down, I guess, if you want to mute. But so the fact that they were trying to kill her at the end, her power is she can't die. I get that the guy was gonna, like, teleport her somewhere, but what were y'all gonna do? She legit has the power where she can't die. And it's not like it was a secret power, because her team and the other team knew that. So, what was their big plan going to do? Like, how are y'all going to kill her? Like, y'all legit saw. Yeah, you didn't understand that. They didn't. They knew that exactly. Like, they saw her bones, so they knew she couldn't die. So, what was your plan? It was so irritating. They're like, "Well, it's us or you." But how? Like, legit, if you don't want her to kill you, leave her the fuck alone. that pissed. I called my brother because it pissed me the fuck off. I'm like, what are y'all thinking your little card tricks are gonna do? Like, oh, that irritated the hell out of me. But I did like the epilogue. The epilogue was really interesting. But just that ending pissed me the fuck off. And what's his name? The fact that he didn't even talk to Iris and he told everybody pissed me the fuck off. It's like, oh, it was it was so irritating. And then the fact that they were all on her for being a killer because she killed the one guard guy. Y'all aren't innocent. You guys are like killers too. What the fuck? I was exactly. She was like, I didn't know this. I'm going to stop it. But you guys couldn't do anything to her. Ooh, I got so heated. I got so mad. It was like, you guys can't do shit to her. Why are you even doing this? You're just making it more difficult. And like, you guys are not better than her by saying that she's evil because she killed one person. You like, this person was legit trying to put her in a like experiment, and it was exactly like what the motherfucker with the silver tongue, the ability to control people, was telling her, you ain't you were just as bad. I got mad. Sorry guys, you got to hear that rant, but that pissed me the fuck off. But the epilogue, like I said, was interesting, and it will make me read the sequel because I was excited. I'm sorry. I even like called my brother when I was listening to it at work, and then I was like away from people, and I called my brother. I'm like, Alex, my brother's name. Let me tell you how they got me mad. But the epilogue was really interesting, and I'm excited to see where that goes. Yeah, exactly, and it very Thanos at the end too, with the dust. If you, end game, but what was I gonna say? Shit. Right Thanos at the beginning. Oh, this book was extremely graphic too, and not in a bad way. I just, especially with that one cannibal character, I legit gasped when that one scene happened where he like chewed the person's face off or ripped it off and then started. Ooh, it got graphic. I was not expecting that. I don't remember if there was trigger warnings. There could have been, but yeah. Let's see, wait for more comments to come in. But also, like, if you guys have any parts or characters you want to talk about, put them in the chat. Exactly, yeah. And then, like, also, like, the gang was really quick to work with that, like, guy that got the girl's brother killed. Very quick to work with him. He was creepy, too. Was looking at the NetGalley review to see if I forgot some stuff, but not really. It's all right. But let me see something real quick. Let me go to the Bones of Throne Goodreads page while I wait for more comments. Right? I was like, oh shit, this got dark. I mean, and it's not a bad thing that it got dark because, like, we're not gonna shame books that do that. I'm not going to. I mean, but I just was not expecting it. I was like, okay, this took left. Like, I get it, she can't die, but like, and it wasn't even her death that got graphic. It's mainly the cannibalist part. What convenience for some part? Exactly. That's what I was gonna look up the sequel because the sequel was just announced recently. So I'm going to share that, even though it's not going to be a book club pick because not a bad thing about it. But okay, yeah, I didn't mind it. It just I was not expecting it, and then like especially came out of nowhere with that one scene. Let's see. But yeah, we have the sequel here, A Song of Wrath. I can't read. I will read the description so you guys know about the sequel, or I'll like say the date and stuff, show it here. But basically, talks about Adam Temple is the name of the one guy I didn't like. Basically, it's like Adam is coming after her, and he was passed and stuff like that. But the date it is supposed to be released at is where is it showing that? That's what I was more interested in. Does it not show it on the site? Or am I just blanking? Oh, it's April 18th. So next year it will be out. But remove. Okay. But let's see what else was there about this book. My mind is blinking on what I had to say. I did like she did Iris's power set. It did give very Wolverine, like very well, you know, the cover's really pretty. I like it. Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. How they it all like showed that side of history. It's like a dark point in history, and we doesn't get. I feel like it doesn't get talked about, especially because we all know America likes to not talk about shit. But I think it was a very way to tie that into it. And let's talk about her background a little bit. I thought it was really interesting. Like I want to know if we're gonna learn more about like who created her, or like is it like a gods or like something? Because like very you find out that she is very the day the earth stood still, kind of like a being that like judges humans. Yeah, it was nice to see it talked about, and not in a like super like way that could be scarring for people. Yeah, like why she exists, who created her, who created the prologue or the epilogue character is very interesting to see. And then like, even get more into like her history as a warrior in the tribe she was a part of, and like Rin's involvement too. I'm excited to see because we know Rin's going to be more in the second book just from the ending. But let's see what else was there. Um, I had other thoughts. Other thoughts. Yeah, I do think I will continue on with this series because the same. I want to know more details. Let's see. Was there any characters that characters that I straight up was like ready to fight? Was that rich bitch? She was super irritating. Yeah, which part? The where she came from, or the tribe stuff, like, or the warriors? Her time as a warrior. Which would be like interesting if they. I like don't know if this would ever get an adaptation, but it'd be interesting to see the fight scenes, like especially between her and Rin. I thought were really interesting and really fun to read. I like fight scenes, so yeah, Iris's history would be interesting to see. I thought another interesting character that I would like to see more in the book is the scientist that we got near the end. I thought it was really cool to see a woman of color scientist at that era, even though if she was like bad and crazy. I thought it was really interesting to see her, and that this character, she clearly had a heart for when she thought that Iris was a beggar and stuff. So I think she's going to be interesting to see in the future. Let me see. The author is really interesting at writing. Yeah, she was. I thought the fighting scenes really sorry, engaging. Not much was shown. It was told a lot, but I remember being confused by that. Yeah, it did happen. Like a lot of it happened like in flashes. I think it was meant to be confusing. So yeah, she was. I thought she was really interesting, and like just to have a woman at that time be so like in power was really cool, and in a different way than like Iris was, and like the other female characters we had. So I'd like to see more of her. But let's see. Trying to think if I have any more things to discuss about the book. Yeah. Discuss. I'm gonna look at the author's page real quick. Was this her debut? I think. I'm not positive. Let me check. Oh no, this is not her debut. Okay. Oh, I did not know she wrote that book. Okay. Have you any of you guys read any other books by her? I did not know that she wrote Fate of Flames, which I read a couple years ago when it came out, which was a pretty interesting like elemental book. Like character people with elemental powers. I only read the first book in the series. It was all right, but I did not know she wrote that book. But the fight scenes in that book were pretty good too, so it makes sense that it was her. But let me think. Was there anything else I wanted to discuss? Because this might be a short live. Um. Oh, Adam. Yeah, he was sending up my red flag mode. Like he was a cool, interesting like love interest, but he was going to. I felt like very much getting stalker vibes from him. So I was like, "Girl, don't do it. Don't don't." I was just yeah. He was triggering my red flags. It was the first from her. You liked Adam too. Okay. Yeah, I like Jen a lot more, even though he also had his issues. I just liked their banter a lot more than I liked Adam. So I was Team Jen. If you guys are Team Adam, I don't know. But yeah, he went too far. Like, why couldn't he tell her straight up? Why was he trying to be kind of like protective of her and not telling her her own history? Was kind of like, yeesh. I did not see that twist coming though, of like him bringing her back, kind of. Yeah, I did like Jen a lot. He was one of my favorites. Also, can we talk about that weird left turn scene where they basically went in drag to like get the guy to confess? I was like, what the hell what book are we in? That felt out of nowhere. And like the fact that she then starts making out with the guy in the while they're in the middle of a mission, that scene did feel like out of place with the whole book. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like she a grown woman, technically. Right? I hate that. I'm like, y'all y'all can't wait. You are legit waiting for someone to show up. This is not the time and place. Put the hormones away. We are on a mission at a brothel. Like, mm-mm. No, that was irritating. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end this live unless you guys have anything else you want to say. Okay, I see what you're saying by that. I still do think it was a 4 stars because I did enjoy it a lot. Um, but I think I'm going to end the live in a minute or two. I will say our next book club pick. I do have the August one picked out as well, so I will share both of those. You guys might already know if I talk about it, and I did say it in my last video. Right on here. Ugh, I can't spell. Exactly. Like, y'all, this is not the time and place to be sorting through your emotions. We are on a mission. Okay, I get that. That ending because, like, what are y'all? What are your plans? How do you think you're gonna stop her? It would have been actually safer if you just stayed out of her way. That that made me more mad. But I agree that it did piss me off. I'm like, we're really gonna do this here right now? Okay. I don't know if I will reread this book. I don't think it is a book I do plan on rereading because I am very picky on my rereads. Why can't I spell? Okay, well, basically, I'll just say it. I'm not going to pull it up. But so the book club pick for my book club pick for July is going to be the Jasmine Throne. Very sapphic book. I will read the description real quick on Goodreads on my phone because I have it saved on my phone. I don't know why I couldn't pull it up here. Oh yeah, no, exactly. I'm going to read the sequel because I want to know what happens. But okay, so the Jasmine Throne by Tasha Suri is going to be the July pick. It is an adult fantasy novel, and author of The Empire of Sand, Realm of Ash, Tasha Suri's The Jasmine Throne, beginning of a new trilogy is set in a world inspired by history and epics of India, in which a captive princess and a maidservant is in the possession of a forbidden magic, become unlikely allies on a dark, dirty journey to save their empire from the princess's traitor brother. Imprisoned by her dictator brother, Milani spends her days in isolation in the Harina, as an ancient temple that was once the source of a powerful magical deathless water. But now it is more likely than a decaying ruin. Pira is a maidservant, one among several who make the treacherous journey to the top of the arena every night to clean Melina's chamber. She is happy to be an anonymous druid so long as it keeps anyone from guessing the dangerous secret she hides. But when Melina accidentally bears witness to Priya's true nature, their destinies become interventionally tangled. On a vengeful princess seeking to depose her brother from his throne, the other is a priestess seeking to find her family. Together, they will change the fate of the empire. So it sounds really interesting. I'm really excited to read it, and I will. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. I know it was part of the Sapphic Big Three last year. I think the like 3 epic fantasies that were really sapphic, and then I will now announce the August book club pick is going to be a YA staple, a classic, An Ember in the Ashes. So I've been meaning to read it forever. I actually have read it before, but it's been a long time, so I'm going to reread it because I want to reread the rest of the series. And it is a BIPOC fantasy, and so I'm thinking perfect book for August. Yeah, it was. So yeah, Ember in the Ashes is going to be the August pick, and then of course the September pick will be the Sunbear Trials by Aiden Thomas. Ember in the Ashes by Sabbath here. But yeah, those are the next 3 picks. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. I did announce not announce, but I did suggest to say something in the Discord that, let me see. I read it a couple years ago, so I'm like, I know some people have been wanting to read it, so I was like, let me just make it the pick for August, so that I can get back into it. It's been a long time since I read it. I think like when it first came out, so it's about time that I read this one again. But my Monday sprint is going to happen. It's just gonna be an hour later because I get out of work at 7. So my Monday sprint this week will be at 8. But I appreciate you guys for coming. I will announce the date for the July book club July meeting or live when I know more closer to the in July. Probably in the beginning of July, and it'll be at the end of July is when the meeting will happen. But I'll announce it in the beginning of July. But thank you guys for coming. Thanks you guys that came just to support and vibe. I appreciate it. Love y'all. Have a good rest of your weekend. And I will see you guys later. Just wait for you guys to see if any more say last minute things. Thanks for coming, Pat. I appreciate it.